Hello everyone, this is Akansh Suman here. Now we will do questions based on the epicyclic gear train. So what is given in the question? First we need to read the question. This is basically important for the engineering service conventional. As you solve this type of question, this type of lengthy question, you will be able to solve the easier questions. Okay, so that's why I'm just doing practice. I'm just solving these questions so you are able to understand the concept deeply. Okay, so what is given in the question? First we need to read the question first. An epicyclic gear train is composed of a fixed annular wheel. What is the meaning of the annular wheel? We all know that the annular wheel is having the annular wheel means this is a bigger wheel. Okay, biggest wheel you can say in the gear train. And what is the meaning of the sun gear? If there is a sun gear, that means this is smallest gear in the gear train. Okay, so annular wheel having the 150 teeth, that means it is having the maximum number of teeth because it is the biggest gear in the gear train. So the wheel A is in meshing with the wheel B, wheel you can say gear also, wheel B, which drive the wheel D through the idle wheel C. Okay, that means it is saying that the gear A here is saying that the annular gear, annular wheel is going to rotate it. It is in meshing with the gear B, and this gear B drive the gear D through the gear C, which is idler gear. Okay, now there is an arm which is here, you can see this is in rotation in clockwise direction and having the 100 rpm given in the question, 100 rpm and clockwise direction. Okay, about the axis of A and D, you can see here A and D both are concentric. Okay, the center of D, the center of A, both are same center. Okay, so if the gear B and D having 25 teeth and 40 teeth respectively, find the number of teeth on the C and the speed and sense of rotation of the C. We need to find out the number of teeth, the speed and the direction of rotation of gear C. So we will solve this question. First we have written that what is given in the question. The number of teeth on the gear A is 150. Number of teeth on gear B, that is 25, and number of teeth on the gear D, it is 40. Okay, now in the epicyclic gear train, we all know that in the epicyclic gear train we just draw the table. Okay, this is the general table, this is the motion, and there is an arm. Okay, so because the gear A is fixed, since the gear A is fixed and the gear D is a sun gear, which is the center smallest, you can see sometimes it is smallest, sometimes it is not smallest. So here you can see there is a gear D, so I'm just writing here D, and then we will start with the D and then go to the A. So DC and B, and then we'll here A. Okay, so we will start with D because this is the, you can see this is the gear which is having the same center as the center of gear A. Okay, so motion, in the motion first I'm going to write that the arm is fixed, and what we can write here, arm is fixed and the gear D rotate with the x rpm. Gear D rotate with x rpm. With x rpm I have taken plus sign, so plus sign denotes the clockwise direction, this is my assumption. Minus sign denotes the anti-clockwise, this is my assumption. Okay, so if arm is fixed and the gear D rotate with x rpm, so arm is fixed, that means the speed is having 0, yes or no? And the gear D rotates with x rpm in the clockwise direction, so I'm taking it plus x. How can we find out the speed of the C? Using the gear ratio. Okay, you all know if two gears are in meshing, you can calculate the speed of the gear C, that is the TD upon TC. We all know that the number of teeth are inversely proportional to the speed. Okay, so from here you can calculate the speed of the C, that is ND nd multiplied td upon tc. But here from this formula you can calculate the magnitude of the speed. You cannot calculate the direction, you just have to see the direction through the diagram. Since we have assumed that the gear d rotates in the clockwise direction, since d and c are in meshing, that means if d rotates in clockwise direction, c rotate will be in the anti-clockwise direction. It will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So I am taking minus sign, minus x td upon tc. Okay, and since b and c both are in meshing, so in the similar way we can find out the speed of the gear b, that is nb upon nc is equal to tc upon tb. And we all know that the nc value is this. Okay, so nb is equal to, nc means nd td upon tc multiply tc upon tb. You can see here that tc will be cancelled out, and finally you will get the value of nb, that is nd td upon tb. Okay, but here you can get the magnitude only, and if you want to know the direction you just have to see the diagram. We all know that we have taken as assumption that the gear rotate in clockwise direction. So if gear d rotate in clockwise direction, gear c will be in anti-clockwise direction. If gear c is in anti-clockwise direction, and we know that b and c are mating gears, so gear b will be in clockwise direction. That means the direction opposite to that of gear c. Okay, so if it is in anti-clockwise, it would be in clockwise direction. So I'm just taking plus sign, so plus, so it would be nd is x, so plus x td upon tb. Okay, are you getting my point? We all know that the speed of d is x td upon tb, and we have seen, we have calculated the direction. This is in clockwise direction, so that is plus sign, so td upon tb. And now we just have to calculate the speed of the gear a. Now see here, this is important, because because gear a is internally meshing with gear b. Okay, the teeth of the gear a, it is internally in meshing with the teeth of the gear b. So whatever be the direction of the gear b would be, that would be the direction of the gear a. That means if gear b rotate in clockwise direction, the gear a will rotate in the clockwise direction. Gear b rotate in anti-clockwise direction, so that means the gear a will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So whatever be the direction of the gear b will having, that would be the same direction of the gear a. Okay, so here in the table you can see here the gear b rotate in clockwise direction, so that would be the same direction of the gear a. So that is x td upon tb multiply tb upon ta. That is the same procedure using the velocity ratio, and you will get the value of that would be cancelled out. And now in the next, what we have taken, arm is free to rotate. If arm is free, you just have to draw the table in a general way. Okay, don't try to put the values, right values and given data in this table. Just draw the table according to the diagram. Just draw the table according to the diagram. Then whatever be given in the question, we just have to put it in the table data of the table, then we will get the answer. Okay, so I'm just drawing the table in a general way. So here the arm is free means arm is having some velocity, so that means I'm assuming that it is rotates with the y rpm in clockwise direction. So total motion of the gear d would be x plus y, and that would be y minus x. You just have to add y in all the table in order to get the total motion. So y plus x td upon tb, and from here you can get the y plus x td upon ta. These are the speed of the abcd, gear abcd. Okay, now what is given in the question, we will see here. In the question, gear a is fixed is given. If the gear a is fixed, what is given, gear a gear A is fixed, it is given in the question. If gear A is fixed, that means the speed of the gear A would be 0. So NA would be equal to 0. What is NA? This would be, that means the y plus x TD upon TA, that is equal to 0. Okay. And what is the arm speed? That is y is given in the question. That arm revolve clockwise direction at 100 rpm. So the y is given, y is equal to 100 rpm clockwise, that means plus 100 rpm. Okay. And td is given, ta is also given, so we can calculate the value of x. Okay, so td is 40 and ta is 150. We just have to put the value, and that is 100 plus x. td is 40 and ta is 150, and solving this you will get the value of x, and that would be in a, I'm just calculating using calculator. You have to try it. When you solve this, you will get the value of x, that would be minus 375. Minus 375 rpm. As we have assumed that plus denotes the clockwise direction, minus denotes the anti-clockwise direction. So that means x value is minus 375 rpm, where minus denotes the anti-clockwise directions. Okay. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the speed, number of teeth on the C, speed of the C, and the sense of rotation of C. In the when I see the speed of the C value, that is y minus x td upon tc, we have y value, we are having x value, we are having td, but we are not having the value tc. How can we calculate the number of teeth on the C? First we have to calculate, then we are able to solve the speed of the C. But before we calculate the speed of the C, we require the number of teeth on C, because here there is a term TC. Okay, so first we need to determine the number of teeth. How can we calculate? See here, when you see the diagram, you can see here, this is the radius of the, I'm just seeing here, this is the radius of the gear A. Okay, annular wheel A, this is the radius of the annular wheel A, and that is equal to the radius of, what? RA is equal to the radius of gear D. It will consist of the radius of the gear D. Here you can see in the diagram, this is the radius of the gear D, plus 2 multiply the radius of gear C, or you can see the diameter of the gear C. So I'm just writing here 2 multiply radius of gear C plus, here you can see this is the 2 multiply radius of gear B, because this is complete the diameter of the gear B. Okay, so that means the radius of the gear A, radius of the annular wheel A, consists of the radius of gear D, diameter of the gear C, and the diameter of the gear B, and the diameter I can write it as 2 multiply radius. Okay, so I'm just writing here that RA is equal to RD plus 2 multiply RC plus 2 multiply RB, and we all know we have seen that the radius is equal to mt by 2. Okay, mt by 2. All are in the gear train, because all are having the same module, because all are in meshing with each other. So that means the gears all are having the same module, because all are mating gears, all are in meshing with the all are in meshing to each other. So all are having the same module, because we have studied in the gear chapter that for mating gears the module is same. So here you can see the gear C and D are meshing, gear B with C are meshing, and gear A with C with B are meshing. Okay, so that's why module will be same. So here I can write here MTA by 2. I can write here that MD is equal to MC is equal to M. I hope you will able to understand what I am going to say here, because all are meshing gears, so we can assume that all are having the same module. Okay, So that is m t d by 2 plus 2 multiply m t c by 2 plus 2 multiply m t b by 2. Okay, t b by 2. So from here you can get the value of, you can get the equations ta is equal to td plus 2tc plus 2tb. Now you just have to put the value of ta, td and tb in order to get the value of tc. So we all know that in the question it is given ta is 150. Okay, this is a number of teeth on the gear a or annular wheel a. 150. td is 40 plus 2 multiply tc we have to find out. And what is 2 multiply tb is given, that is 25. 2 multiply 25. Now you just have to solve this equation. You will get the value of number of teeth on the gear C. I'm just solving this using calculator. You just have to solve this also, and you will get the value of number of teeth on the gear C. That would comes out to be 30. So TC value, that is 30. Number of teeth on the gear C, that would comes out to be 30. This is the answer of the first part. Okay, now in the second part, what we have to find out the speed of the C. Here the speed of the C is this y minus x td upon tc. So I'm just calculating the second part. Speed of the C, that is nc is equal to y minus x td upon tc. Number of teeth is given and number of teeth on C. Number of teeth on the gear D is given and y is given, that is 100, and x we have calculated minus 375. So minus becomes plus 375 multiply td is given, that is 40, and number of teeth on C we have calculated, that is 30. Now you just have to solve these equations. Now you will get the value of speed of the gear C. That would comes out to be 600 rpm. Because it comes with the plus sign, that means it denotes the rotation. That means the sense of rotation of the gear C is clockwise. So the sense of the gear C of gear C rotation. So here I am writing that gear C is in gear C. Gear C rotate with 600 rpm in clockwise direction, because we have assumed clockwise direction, because we have assumed plus sign as clockwise direction. This is according to my assumption. Okay, I have assumed that plus sign means clockwise direction and minus sign means anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so that's why according to the assumptions we will get the value of speed of the C, that is 600 rpm. This is magnitude and the direction is clockwise. Okay, I hope you will get the solution of this question. There is nothing complicated, just you have to draw the diagram. You are able to draw the diagram now, because we have practiced a lot of questions on the epicyclic gear train. Okay, so it would be easy to understand how we draw the table. Just draw the table in a general way. Don't try to put the value directly in the table. Okay, so first draw the table according to the given data in the question. Now then just put the values, whatever be the value given in the question, and you will get the answer. Okay, so I hope you will understand. If it is asking in the question the speed of the gear B, you just have to calculate. You can calculate. This is the speed of the gear B, and this is the speed of the gear C. And if it is asking that find the speed of the gear D, you can also calculate. So whatever be the question which has been asked in the question, you just able to solve the question. But the most important thing is to draw the table. It is nothing complicated than to draw the table, because as you are able to draw the table accurately, you will be able to solve the questions. Okay, whatever be the question is asking, you will be able to solve all the questions. All the solution of the question is in this table. Okay, if it is asking that the find the speed of the gear D, this is, you can also see here, this is the x plus y, this is the speed of the gear D. If it was asking that if it is asking that speed of find the speed of the gear B, that you can calculate here. Okay, everything you can calculate by you know, by drawing the table. You can calculate everything whatever be the question is asking. So I hope you will able to understand the solution of that question. Thank you.